Good morning, everybody. Oh, I've got some news. It's pouring down with rain. No, it's not. It's sunny again. Another sunny day. What have we got to tell you? Results from yesterday. Not many to give. I can't remember any questions. Only one, definitely. A 7-letter vegetable beginning and ending in P. Parsnip. Did you get it? Did he get it? I'm not sure. Okay. Can I give you pumpkin update? Pumpkin's not with me at the moment, but we've had a bit of a breakthrough that her GPS tracker has arrived. This is not to be used on your grandmother who goes wandering. Okay, this is for cats and dogs. Okay, and as you can see, it gives you a trace of where she's got to. I'm just fine-tuning it so you can actually see where but at the moment she's over the way here. Okay, so I don't know why I'm bothered. She's having a ball. The other thing is, last night, just have a look at this. First time she's properly gone for a walk with me in, how long have we been together? Over 3 years. Absolutely lovely. It was so sweet. I really enjoyed that. So that's Pumpkin. She's having a ball, and she hasn't lost the tracker yet. The beauty of it, if she does lose it, I'll be able to track to where it is. So no wonder they give you insurance to say that you're not going to lose it. Right, other updates. Always do errors from yesterday. The subject of my story, which was the 3 hot pot, pot noodles. Turns out it wasn't pot noodles. It was even worse. It was 3 copper soups. Oh, for heaven's sake, Paul. He trotted out 3 pots. And of course, he hooked us completely. We thought he was being a mean old man, but in fact, he was just winding us up. It didn't stop him. Didn't mean he was going to produce some other dish from underneath the table. No, he made us sit and drink cup of soup. Cheers, Paul. You will have noticed that a lot of these stories revolve around the 3 of us, Paul, Glyn, and I. The 3 musketeers. I don't know what happened to the other fella. I don't know. Was there 4 of them? Anyway, Glyn told me that he authorised me, as if I could stop me, to tell you the story about which was centred on him. One autumn evening in the mid-90s, Glyn and I went on a pub visit to one of the finest drinking houses in Wythenshawe. No longer now. It's not there anymore. They levelled it. Called the Talisman. What a fine brew they put on there. So anyway, we went in, usual thing, speak to the landlord, check they weren't tearing the place apart. And I got a couple of officers with us, so, go in team-handed just in case it kicks off. Walking out the door, and there's a shout from the back of the room. Oi, porno tash! So we looked at each other. They're only referring to Glenn with his sort of Mexican film star tash on. Oh, well, you can imagine porno tash. That was definitely the name. And never did identify the individual, but I wanted to pat him on the back. But the story doesn't finish there. But at various times, Glyn attempted to get rid of the name by shaving his moustache off, so he just bought him false moustaches. And then, the gem, we were working on New Year's Eve, and we're driving down, I forget the name of the road, and we came across two girls on the way to a party, I presume, and they've got a big inflatable doll of a man. It only looks a spitting image of Glenn, moustache and all. And this is the evidence. It's just, again, that and my grandpa in the rainboat, two of my favourite pictures of all time. You know, if you want to pick something out. So there he is. Actually got to meet poor Notash. And I won't say he was full of hot air. We'll save that for Glyn. But poor Notash. It was a lovely story. Thanks very much, Glyn. You're a mate. Just a quickie. BullGuard computer software for safeguarding my computer. I got informed today, whether this is something to do with C19, but it says BullGuard has just blocked an infected file on your computer. The infected possible virus was moved to quarantine. What if it was so simple? Why didn't we just human software before it could do any harm? Is your computer safe? Well, I hope so. My house is safe. So there. So that's good. Thumbs up to BullGuard. What else do we go? Right. Just kind of, I've got so many things. I'm going to have to pick one out. Number 12. 60s quiz nights. Oh, I remember sitting at home and watching the old black and white telly with my dad and waiting for my dad to fall asleep in the chair so we could turn the channel over. Do you ever do that? I get it done to me now. It's not fair. Except there's nobody here to... the cat doesn't bother turning the channel over. So at least I know when I fall asleep in the chair in the afternoon or the evening, when I wake up, it's going to be the same channel, which sometimes is good and sometimes bad. Right, so I'll give you a name. You tell me who the host was. Okay. Double your money. Double your money and try to get rich. Double your money. Da, 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 da. So who compared that? Oh, he used to compare so many different... What? Oh, you're back, are you? It says on here you're out and about. Sorry, Pumpkin's just walked in, giving me the old meow. Right, so that's double your money. Who's the host? Next one, take your pick. Take your pick. Who was the host of Take Your Pick? And as a little subcategory question, what was the game they played before you got through to actually take your pick? What did you have to take part in? Okay, so there's two parts. Who's the host and what was the game you had to take part in? I love that game. Next one, Sale of the Century. Again, two-part question. Who was the host, Sale of the Century? Yeah, you know what I'm going to ask. Where was it transmitted from? It's probably the only programme ever made that was made there. But it was there. Okay. Just a little one. During Crackerjack! So, shut up. Crackerjack. What was the game they used to play at the end of Crackerjack? Stop doing that. What was the game they played at the end of that game beginning with C? It's 5 o'clock, it's Friday, and it's... All right, what was the game? What was the vegetable? Oh, I'll go. Yeah. What was the vegetable involved? Okay. Next, lastly, the golden shot. So first of all, give me three, I don't know how many there were, but I got three in my head. Three hosts of the golden shot. Sunday afternoons. It's like zooming back to the late 60s and the 70s. Sunday afternoons without it, just unbelievable. You know, I've just had a thought of something. British wrestling. That's one for tomorrow. So gem up on your British wrestlers. I'll be asking some questions tomorrow. So who are the three hosts of Golden Shot? What was the name of the man who put the bolt in the crossbow? Okay. And what was the name of the girl who was famous for, announcing the contestants, telling what the prizes were? What was her name? Okay. So you got three hosts. Who was on the bolt? And so there's five parts to that one. And finally, give me as many hosts you can for Family Fortunes. Who presented Family Fortunes? Still going strong as I'm aware. I love, one of my favourite is, give the name of a tall bird with a long neck. Beep, Naomi Campbell. A genuine answer. A tall bird with a long neck. Oh, just some of the great... The bloopers are actually better, probably, than the rest of the show. But that's a cracker. And a little question as well. You got some hosts. What are they called in America? Trust them. What was wrong with Family Fortunes? So what's it called in America? I forget the guy who does it. Really nice host who does it over there. I sometimes see clips of crazy answers on from their show. Okay, right. Time is. Oh, look at the time. We've got plenty of time. I'm going to do a mug of the day. Now, this technically is not a mug of the day. It's like a beaker of the day, and it gives me an excuse to talk about baseball. Baseball is a dreadful sport. Let's be under no illusions. Anybody who tries to tell you that cricket is more boring than baseball is just deluded. They are deluded. It is a terrible, as a sport, it's a terrible, but as an exhibition of a culture, it's just wonderful, wonderful. I've been to 3 games and all have been lovely in their different ways. The first one was at Fenway Park, and this is what I got from there. And I actually got a ball as well. It's up on the shelf behind there. And the ball, what you had to do, you paid $20, $30 I think it was, and you got a ball, and it was signed by one of the players. And the fund, all the money that they raised went to the Boston Bomb Fund, which had just gone off. And by coincidence, they always have somebody throw the first ball of the day. It's like having some kid walk onto a pitch at Old Trafford and kick the first ball. What? Yeah, and it was nice because it was one of the victims from the Boston bomb. So that was quite a thought. But I got this ball, opened up the bag, and I didn't know from now. Oh, he's a good pitcher. He's pitching tonight. I hope he pitches better than he has done in the last few nights. Boston were on a bit of not on a bit of a sticky wicket. So blow me down. I watched, and we're playing the Toronto Blue Jays, and we actually wiped the floor with them. I thought, hey, this was a good side. They were a good side. Blow me down. Boston only go on to win, what's it called? Not the Super Bowl. Oh, they won the trophy for the World Series. They won the World Series for baseball, the World Series. I mean, America, and they throw one Canadian team, so it's a World Series. But they won the World Series. Now, the next time I went over and watched a game, I was down in San Francisco, so I went to watch the Giants, who were having an appalling season. And I forget who it was I was watching them, but I remember sitting in front of a couple, and one was a Giants fan, and the other one was a Cincinnati Reds fan. And you could have cut the atmosphere with a knife. Anyway, San Francisco were magnificent. And guess what? They went on to win the World Series. I thought, hey, I'm all right at this. So I got them in the wrong order, but prior to that, I'd been to the wedding. You remember the wedding in Seattle? And on the Sunday, I'd gone for a breakfast and watched United get them thrashed by City on the telly. Oh, God, that was a bad breakfast. But anyway, afterwards, on the Sunday morning, I went to watch Century Fields, which is Seattle's American football ground, the NFL, the Seahawks, whose shirt I was wearing the other day, by the way. I forgot to... And, just an unbelievable... Again, a lot better sport than... a lot better sport than baseball. But I think the biggest thing about American... the NFL is, remember to take your earplugs. OMG. The noise when the opposition were trying to get the ball in, they were absolutely bedlam. And, one experience. So I'm sitting there with my fingers in my ears, trying to concentrate. Of course, you've got this big screen up and out. A great atmosphere. But watching on the telly, to me, I like watching these hour programs where they give you all the highlights boxed into an hour. So it's usually about a 3-hour game, and they box it all into half an hour. So I like doing that. But anyway, Seattle won that game. Yeah, and you know it. They won the Super Bowl that season. So I'd already got 2 under my belt when I went to San Francisco. So it was 3 out of 3. Since then, it's sort of gone a bit astray. The Seattle Mariners, I went to see them, although they won their game. To be honest, I've not seen any of my teams lose, but they didn't go on to win the World Series. But that was baseball. It's just a wonderful... And would you believe... Right, I'll give you the set of circumstances. You're playing a Premiership game of football, and it gets to halfway through the second half. And what happens is they stop the game, the players stay on the pitch, and all the crowd sing a song. And then you carry on. You don't believe me? You go watch American baseball in America, and you won't believe it. So they usually sing 2 songs at Fenway Park, the home of Boston, and the Big Green Wall. Remember that, the Big Green Wall. The first one they sang, let's go down to the ballpark. It's a very traditional baseball. Let's go down to the ballpark. That one. And then they sing Sweet Caroline. Sweet Caroline. Boom, boom. Oh, God. There's a couple sitting next to me from England at the second Boston game I went to. And I couldn't believe it because I said to her, sorry, it's Richard. Oh, my name's Caroline. She said, oh, you're going to love it. She said, they're singing your song in the 7th innings. Get out of here. Well, you should have seen her face. You should have seen her face. She's there shaking her hand singing Sweet Caroline. Unbelievable. Anyway, I've got a busy day on, so I've got to get this edited. Hopefully it won't take as long as yesterday. I got talking to David yesterday, and he is such a great raconteur. I think I might get him on when we're out of lockdown, get him on as a guest. He came out with some pretty risque stories. So you had to sort the wheat from the chaff. We haven't got a lot of chaff, but we've got a... Is it the corn from the chaff? The sweet from the chaff? Corn from the chaff. But some great stories. Reminded me of some stories. Even came up with a couple that I'd just forgotten. Okay, time 16 minutes. We went on a bit yesterday, so here's Pumpkin with her new collar on. Okay, she comes up on the side here because she has a tin of treats. You like that, don't you? Eh? So we'll give Pumpkin some treats, and then I've got to take Mark to the hospital, haven't I? All right, you be good. All right, bye. All right, peeps. Be good to yourselves. Be good to everybody. Enjoy the weather, but don't enjoy it too much.
That's all, folks, and I'll see you tomorrow.